The first thing I did, I took the Ruby Kisses gel liner in green shimmer, and it looks like this here. See that there? And let me open it up. I think I've shown this in another video before, but that's what the color looks like. It looks more like teal to me, but they call it green shimmer. What I do is I dab the brush into the Ruby Kisses gel liner like so, just a little bit, because a little of this stuff goes a long way. And then I dab it onto my lid like so. Because you want this teal color, it's called green shimmer, but I call it teal, but you want this color to kind of show through. So that's why you want to dab it on like so. And the next thing I'm using is the Ruby Kisses Duo Eyeshadow in Black and Sky Cookie. That's what this looks like here. The first thing I'm going to do is take the dark shade from Black and Sky Cookie and just kind of sweep it across the gel eyeliner where I've applied it. The gel eyeliner basically is kind of my base color for right now. But like I said again, at the end of it, you're still going to be able to see some of the teal through the eyeshadow even after I apply it. So that's the purpose. And this is another Sonia Kashuk brush I'm using. I can't really remember which one it is. I'll go back and look and see what it's called, but I use it quite a bit. And I'll put a note here so that you know which brush I'm using. The tools you use are very important. More so important really than the actual product itself at times. It's the tools you use to apply the product. I think it's more tools and technique. I know in a previous video I said it was more the technique, but I think tools and technique go hand in hand. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the Sky Blue from the same Duo eyeshadow, Black and Sky Cookie, this color here. And I'm going to take a makeup remover pad and clean up my line a little bit around the outer corner of my eye. You could use tape, but I didn't do that. I chose not to do that in this tutorial. You could use tape in this line right there, and it would keep that area clean. But I'm just going to take this makeup remover pad and do the same thing basically. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with the gel liner by Ruby Kisses in Rich Black. And this is what it looks like. It's just black right there. And I'm going to take a liner brush and just line it like so. And of course we don't want to leave any spaces, so fill in those spaces. You know, as you can see here, even looking at my skin now, I don't have any, other than my eyes, I don't have on any other makeup. As you can see, with especially with women of color, I mean, actually everybody, but it's definitely more obvious with women of color that we don't have the same color all over our face. Like if you look at my face, the outer perimeter of my face is darker than the inner perimeter of my face. So when you go to shop for foundations and all those kind of things, you really need to take that into consideration. You may have to buy 2 to 3 foundations just to really get the, match your skin tone in all the areas of your skin, your cheeks forward, and your, to really accentuate your bone structure and whatnot. It's best to get, like I said, again, 2 to 3 shades of foundation and kind of just blend it. What I'm going to use, you could, if you want to, you can use a foundation brush or a kabuki brush or a brush like this here to apply it, and those are great choices. But just to keep it simple, in case you don't have those, I'm just going to use sponges. Just 2 different types of sponges here, so just to keep it simple for everyone. The first color that I'm going to use on this one is the color right here, and I'm going to use this under my eye area because when I did I just got into an eye, this tutorial for the eyeshadow I have on right now. And I need to go back in and apply my concealer on my under eye area. So that's what I'm going to do now. And you'll be amazed at how, like, whenever you apply a color underneath your eyes, especially if it's just a little bit lighter than your actual skin tone, it really just opens up the eyes and just really wakes them up. And what's so great about wedge sponges is that you can, like, really go in all the areas of your face with them. They're made to where, you know, you can get that little area between your eye, the corner of your the inner corner of your eye and your nose right there, and all that, the harder areas that a brush doesn't always reach, they get. So, and I'm kind of spreading it out. I don't want a thick amount of coverage in any particular area. I'm just really spreading it out all over my face, because one thing great about cream foundations, and that's why I prefer them over anything, is that they're so buildable. You can get full to sheer coverage with cream foundation, and that's why I prefer it over liquid foundation. I don't really use liquid foundation very often, no more than unless you want to count my airbrush foundation, because it's, you know, in its original state it is a liquid, but, you know, other than that I'm really not big on traditional liquid foundation. What I'm going to use is this side here. If you see it close up, or haven't really used much of that, but I do use this one. I'm going to again take the sponge, and this time I'm going to go in with a flat sponge just to kind of so that I'm not muddying the color anyway, because I don't want to get like what happens if you get to mix in foundations too much. It's best to kind of keep your sponges separated, because if you get to, you know, using the same sponge or the same brush too much, you'll get kind of a muddy effect, or it does something to the, you know, the color that you don't really want it to do. So yeah, but again, I'm going to take the sponge here and rub it in there like so. Not a lot, just a little. And go into my under eye area again. Kind of dab it there at first, and then I'm gonna like just really dab it until it blends in. So again, I already got the powder here, and this is what it looks like. The color of the powder that I'm using is called Earth. So, and then I always start with my nose. You don't have to, but that's where I always kind of start, and then my cheeks like so, and then just kind of go around. Kind of hit the major spots and just kind of like so. And you could do this with a powder brush. I just prefer to do it with the sponge, or sometimes even a smaller brush, so that I can control the distribution of it. So, and I do go over my eyebrows with that, just to soften them up a little bit. And you don't want it, but, you know, just dab it. Don't do it so heavily that if you know, whatever shading you've done or contouring is lost. So you just want to lightly dab until it's blended to perfection, like so. Okay, now that I'm done setting my foundation with the powder that I've just used. Again, this is what it looks like. And the shade that I just use is Earth, but, you know, of course, pick out whatever shade is better, you know, best suits your skin tone, of course. Another thing that I wanted to show from Ruby Kisses is their, what's this called? Their bronzing powder. It's called All Over Glow. This is what it looks like. The letters are worn off some, but this is what it looks like in the back. And the color that I'm using is what is this color? And the shade that I'm using is Bronze Glow. They do come in other shades. Some are more, I think the ones in there, like, some are more gold, some are lighter than this one. Kind of some have more of an iridescent look about them. Again, just choose whichever one complements your skin tone best. So I'm going to take sponge and apply this. I'm just going to do this on my cheeks, actually. I'm kind of using it as a blush, more or less than anything. I couldn't recall if I saw blushes in this brand or not, but you could use these as blushes. You can just remember, any bronze that you see out there, I don't care who it's marketed to, if it's marketed to, you know, the white people, or if it's marketed to us, or whatever shade, you know, because you see some that are in black cosmetics, then see others that are in like the more mainstream stuff out there. So just, just think bronzer, I can use it as a blush, or I can use it as a highlighter. because most bronzers which will make people with more fair skin look lighter, in most cases, look darker. It's going to make us, give us more highlighting in certain areas that we apply it. So, unless you're just, really fair skin. So, just going to apply it on here like so. Just to give my cheeks a little warmth and a little bit of color, but nothing really strong. Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the finished look. Yeah, I got my hair and everything together. I did end up going like a little bit more pink with the lip gloss, by the way, so I had to stay true to the picture and everything. Like I said, the lip gloss was a little bit more plum, pinky, whatever. So I kind of took the gold that I already applied and kind of mixed it in a little bit to achieve the color that I felt that I was satisfied with. Let me zoom in some here. Yeah, see how I've changed my colors up. I got my little accessories. And y'all, look at this. Bile! Look at that. I had to show that. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, but again, that's the finished look. This was the, again, this was the Gabrielle Union inspired look today. Using almost all, I would say 99.9% still. I'm still standing by that. I just went over the color a little bit. By all means, go to your ethnic beauty supply store and check them out. It's a really great product. I was really impressed with it. I had passed it a few times going into these stores, getting my hair and everything else. And somebody told me, let me try this. If I can make this look good, this could save so many women a lot of money. And by the way, in the Ruby Kisses, as you saw with my tutorial, I used several different shades to create, the look I had. I would say, go as far as to even say that probably most Latina women, Hispanic women could probably find a shade that would match them in this line also. So it's just not strictly for the sisters. By all means, all women of color should be supporting this line. If you're if you're white, there's plenty of eyeshadows and lipsticks, and they even have nail polishes. This is the shade that I bought for my daughter because I get my nails done most of the time, but it's called Crazy Night Out. And it's one of those confetti shades. It's really pretty, but this is what that one looks like. That's a really pretty color right there. Yeah. Y'all just look at the ring. Y'all, I am so big on these big rings like this. It's pathetic. Love them. Well, I'm an accessory queen anyways. But at any rate, I hope y'all really enjoyed this tutorial. There's going to definitely be more to come. I told you I'm keep on coming at you with more tutorials. Go to me on Facebook. It's www.facebook.com/DivineDivaBeauty, and I also have a page there also. But add me as a friend. Of course, I have the YouTube page, youtube.com/DivineDiva79, and I'm also on Twitter, www.twitter.com/DivineDiva79. So at any rate, holler at me. I'm all over the place. Just and I'm open to comments, suggestions, whatever, just as long as it's positive, constructive feedback. Love you guys. God bless you all. Peace. Good night.